Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Okay, so wasn't able to play on Saturday due to real life stuff. I got but I get it out of the way. So we get back into our playthrough, our hardcore playthrough. So far, we've gotten to the point where we have our defenses pretty much set up for early game, and we're currently working our way up to gain our first SV made this run. We just need to get the materials to do so. We also need to expand out our farm. So we gotta get ourselves another farm set up. And I gotta get our first, we also, once we get the, our first space SV, we need to get our first warp capable SV. Okay. Letting things kind of load in here. Okay. Meats. Bring on a couple of these. You're making ingots, that's good. But just to kind of outline the defenses and how they work, pretty much I've got a cannon and a minigun on one side and another cannon and a minigun on the other side. And the idea is that if we get attacked from here, we'll have at least a minigun and a cannon firing at them. If they come from this side, we at least have a minigun and a cannon on this side. And if they're on this side, same thing, and that side, same thing. So there's always going to be at least a minigun and a cannon able to fire in all directions. That will at the very least take care of any drone happen to be up in the air. Now, as we go along and as we get attacked from all sides, like we're supposed to, we are gonna expand the number of turrets, which is the strength of the way I've set this up, where each and every, where you have separate bases like this, where each turret is their own base. Rather than just making the turret and having everything run off of one giant power source that's kind of in one location, this allows me to do whatever I need to inside the base, and I will know for a fact that these things are going to stay powered no matter what I'm doing. Let's see here. I'll load up all my blueprints. I got a couple. There's a few. Okay, let's see here. Probably the bottom factory. Okay, so we're waiting on silicon and plastic. By how much are we missing plastic? About 50. I gotta make a trip. Gotta make a trip out the wire generators. And get myself a whole bunch of wheat. Come on. Come on, game. There we go. Game takes a while. Which is to be expected with a early access game. Come on. Looking around. That was weird. Came to a complete stop like that. Stop hitting things. Okay. Downside to the speeder now is that only being able to be 1.5 meters off the ground just means that we're gonna hit things as we're going along. I do see a couple, but they're kind of surrounded by the tentacle things. So I'm trying to grab the ones that are not in the way. They're not being quote unquote guarded. That's a bug. That is a nope bug right there. Apparently they only spawn at night. Which is a good thing. I'm not seeing... I don't know what it is, but I think I might be coming down with something. It would suck. I really don't want to have to go through work with a cough again. Remote logistic. What are you gonna do? Remote logistics. Interesting. Probably talking about my hovercraft. Grabbing a total of 4 being enough to get ourselves situated. More plastic. There. Get back home. Normally when it comes to construction of anything, it requires a minimum of 4. When it comes to plant life in this game. Okay. here. That. Do this. Whole bunch of plastic. Turn that off. And what's that done? They'll start plastic back up again. I mean, copper back up again. Oh my god. Really? There we go. I was about to say, what the? About to say, it's just like, wait a minute. Didn't switch to plastic. That and that. There we go. Silicon. Need to make a silicon run. One silicon ore, yep. Damn it. Okay, so that's what we gotta do. Oh, food. Food, please. Hey. Just that eating so slow. So incredibly slow. Okay. So we got our mining chip. We're gonna go and get silicon. I guess silicon run. Your reputation is neutral. Him over to here. Lock it in place. Yep. Down. Start digging. Something in the game is wanting to load in, but it's not having a. Trying to load something in. Unlock. Okay. I can wiggle here. Wiggle a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I think this one was a small one. Small deposit. I think so. Bottom part of this. Move it out. That's one thing I'm not getting is why the grills are being all weird right now. Yeah. Not wanting to do a clean dig, but is there anything else? Gonna hit the map here. There's another 10% ore. Okay. There's another one up here that's got 20% left. Seems to be the all we got when it comes to silicon. Go to the other one. Ugh. Come on. Come on. Load in, please. Load in smoothly. That'll be nice. Okay. Shift. Oh. Come on. Find this out a little bit. Get in the middle of it. There we go. Unlock it. Try and get the around. Okay. There we go. Okay. We're gonna have to do some exploration in order to find more deposits. Because right now we're kind of just right now it's kind of choppy today. Game's pretty choppy. They recently had another update, like a small hotfix. Ooh. I don't know what's going on right now, but it was a lot better during the last update. Recent update kind of made a game kind of made the frames per second kind of suffer a little bit. Okay. Harvest box. That. Yeah, frames are just tanking. You know? I think it's like F4, right? Wait. There it is. Yeah, it's at like 10 frames per second right now. Pretty bad. Not exactly sure what changes they made, but whatever it is, it definitely did not improve the performance situation. Yes. 10 frames is pretty bad. Let's go into here. Think of what I could. What is it trying to load? And like load it, you know, physically go to it and get to load and be like, okay, you're done. Like, it has been loaded. Because 10 frames per second is just bad. Really, really, really bad. Yeah, we're still, even on the map view, we're still at like 10 frames per second. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. The setting, maybe? Max frame rate. The texture resolution is currently on half. I'll put down low, see if that improves it. Which it's probably off. Turn it completely off. No, it's had. Went up to 36 for a little bit there. Okay. Field, anti-aliasing. Let's turn that off. Still at 10%. Oh, still at 10. Got quality. Just slowly turning features off here. There, we've gone up to 30, and then it drops again. Okay, that actually does nothing for us. Okay. Okay, that's having no effect. Okay. Yeah, it's literally having no effect. So it has nothing to do with graphics. So it has to be something it's trying. It's actively trying to load in. Yeah. So check the debug. Gonna find method set label. Failed settings, triangles. Weather, fog. That has something to do with fog. Because it only happened during fog. Those warnings. Okay. It must be a weather system. Must be a weather thing. The game's trying to load in a particular type of weather. I'm gonna exit out and go back in and see if it, by refreshing the game and having it choose a different weather type, it might improve. For all I know, it could be a day-night cycle issue too. Game. Yeah, because 10 frames per second is pretty bad. It's definitely that kind of an issue. I don't know. It improved. 50 frames. Improved. Okay. Problem fixed for now. Your light's coming. Okay. Yeah, there was a... It had to be something... Yeah, it had to be something with the... Could not find method set label. Yeah, so it has something to do with fog. Fog seems to screw everything up in the game. Here, while we're waiting for... There we go. While we're waiting for the silicon to finish up. You there? Okay. We're on our way. Yeah, 444. That's more than enough for what we need to be able to do. There we go. Start production on the dart. Okay, on. There we go. Pretty much enough space. That's good. Okay, so we gotta fuel this thing. We gotta put bullets in it so that we can get up into space here. That's being done. Put that into the factory. Okay, copper, silicon, cobalt. We need cobalt for this thing. And whoa, lithium. When did that change? What? No, 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 no. That's not right. What does it currently have on it that requires sathium? I need to check that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There should be no sathium inside of that. There should be no sathium at all. Something's changed. Something changed. Because I remember when I built that thing, it didn't have any sathium on it. It was only supposed to have cobalt. It's an upgrade of the wedge. So gotta load it in and check. I have to look through everything on board that thing and see what's causing the issue. Okay. Okay, what'd they change about you? There we go. Get it out of the ground. Let's see. What'd they change? What bits and pieces? Think of what could be on board. They changed it to where warp. The wings? Medium thrusters? Definitely not the miniguns. Cobalt, medium thrust, air tubes, fibers. Next, that's not those. Going through everything that I have on board this thing. I could possibly. Let's see if it's pick the ship itself. Maybe I just have to resave it. Sathium 35. There it is, right there. 35 ingots for lithium. Hey! Heal, thank you for the follow. Trying to figure out, trying to troubleshoot here, trying to figure out what possibly would be causing 35 sathium that's in here. Probably be the, could it be the wing segments? I think it's wing segments. Fibers, mechanical components. No, it's not that. Definitely not that. Here. Steel plate. Shutters. It was the shutters. That's what it is. These things. You can add those on later. That's what it is. Here, the bomb. Okay, we're good. Yeah. Just top. Just have to add them in later. Once we've made our warp jump, we can add them onto it. Okay. Good. Okay. Resave this. So, right. Okay, problem fixed. Okay. Back to our hardcore save, and then we gotta gather the resources for it and spawn it into our survival playthrough. Hopefully, it works fine. Okay. Here it is. Okay. Factory. Factory. Factory? Factory, there we go. Okay, so we need 527 ingots. Well, 572 ingots. Okay. We have the ingots for this. I think we might have the, yes, we do. Okay. Got the ingots for this. We just need to go and get the cobalt, which we've got the ship to do that now. Okay. Here, copper. We need 250 copper. Have 30 silicon. Go. Now we just need to go and get the cobalt. In order to get the cobalt, we first have to get ourselves enough fuel. We'll get there. While we're up in space, we're gonna have to make a trip to see if we have a, if we're lucky enough to have a, what you call it? A space station, an admin space station. That was weird. That's a new concept. Huh. Interesting. Player? There we go. There we go. Got the fuel. Fuel's taken care of. We need oxygen because this is on hard mode, so we need the oxygen to keep ourselves from dying. Make ourselves a bunch of oxygen. Oxygen. 2, well, make 3. That's going to be a total of 6. 6 of these large containers. Nothing ever goes wrong if you make more than one. Oh. Okay. Make sure we still have an EDA module. We do. Okay. Done. Turn it off. Okay. Checking the current power. Okay. Okay, if we can find ourselves a cobalt asteroid, that'd be great. That means we don't have to go onto the moon, where we will potentially, face shot off. At least that's the hope. That's what happened last time. Last time we got shot in the face by a plasma turret. Okay. You're not doing anything. We'll shut you off for now. Save power. Go up to our scout ship Dart. And load up on oxygen. Oh. Okay, so we got oxygen. Do this. Gonna make a couple of these and bring those with us. Protein bars. We haven't gotten attacked yet. I need to see if the newest update has changed it to where we actually get attacked from more than one side, because last time I played this on Friday, we only got attacked from one direction over here. Hoping that they have the recent mini hotfix has fixed that. This entire base setup wouldn't work. Well, it would be overkill if we only got attacked from one direction. Okay. All base player. Okay, they changed it, yeah. Fuel. Interesting. Any more has been made? Yes, it has. We're gonna need this for the drill. Good. So all we're waiting on now is our emergency food. We're waiting for this to finish. And it's, yeah. Taking a while. Usually it shows you a progress bar down here on when it's making things like plant protein and all that. Still a bit glitched when it comes to that. But for those of you who are new here, I'm kind of playing this game with my own little rule set. Normally if you're playing this game for the first time, you're probably gonna just save your materials up until you can get an SV, and then start building a base in orbit. Because currently right now, that may have changed, but currently right now, as of experimental 9.0, you're able to be up in space and not get attacked. So you can build a base up there however big you want. And one, you don't have to worry about structural integrity and everything getting falling apart, and two, you don't have to worry about drone attacks up there, so you can just kind of hang out up there and just gather up materials. Definitely for sure on 8.7, the released version of this at this point in time, you could be up in space and be perfectly fine. But I'm playing a different rule set that I've given to myself. I've purposely hindered myself by making it to where I'm not allowed to build stuff from scratch during my playthrough. So I'm not allowed to drop a starter block, and I'm basically making it to where I'm creating spaceship designs in creative, and then I spawn them in during a playthrough using blueprints. Like this, I gather the materials, put them into here, and then spawn them in. To where I'm limiting myself to what I've designed and just kind of improving them over time. And one of the best ways to do that is just crank the difficulty up to its highest mode and go for it. Now, the game right now, as of right now, doesn't have hardcore core mode. So, well, technically it kind of does, where it says start over. But what I do is, if I die, I delete the save and I start from the very beginning. Because when you hit restart, it doesn't delete your map data, and it doesn't reform the seed that you're playing on. So all the buildings are in the same locations, all the points of interest are in the same location, all the all the deposits are in the same location. But it doesn't change anything. It just causes all your structures to be despawned, and you start from the very beginning, from the initial crash. So what I do is I just completely wipe the slate clean, which does mean that if I'm in late game and I've gotten myself a pretty large capital ship and a really large base, the longer the playthrough goes on, the higher the risks become, because the more progress I've made. It always seems to default to fuel. Weird. Okay. Enough of playing along here. Let's go. Get onto our SV and get into space. We have an EVA module on right now, so we don't have to worry about the fold of space. But a lot of the ships and designs that I make are designs that are like extremely. They're usually extremely efficient. Well, I try to make them feel very efficient. For the most part, they're just kind of very cheap designs. Requires very little materials to make, and pretty much will just get you straight into what you need to do. Like my mining vessels, those mining hovercrafts are pretty much extremely cheap to make, but I get a lot of resource out of them. They also don't require a lot of fuel. That's another thing that I've been trying to design into a lot of my vehicles: fuel consumption. Okay, here we are. Space. We in space. Check the map here. We are not lucky enough to find a. Not seeing a space station. Okay, well, I guess we're going to the moon then. Unless we're lucky enough to come across an asteroid, which I'll keep my eyes open here. I'm gonna hit I and go into a coast. when you turn off auto brake, it keeps your top whatever your speed is currently, so it just lets your inertia kind of carry you. So it's a good way to be able to save on power, because you're only using power when something is actually running. So things like your thrusters, you're actually using your thrusters, you're burning power. But right now, the only thing that's actually using power is really the detector right now. The detector, the RCS, pretty much it, yeah. Maybe my gun. Yeah, the gun too. The gun is on standby, so it's using like a very little bit of power. It only uses power when I'm actually shooting it. Currently right now, we don't want to get into any fights. Yeah, let's see. Anything, nothing's showing up on the detector. Let's see if... My hope is I can find an asteroid kind of floating out in space. Cobalt asteroid would be awesome. Not exactly the best spawn. Have to do then. Not a really good seed, but what can you do? Okay. Down to the moon. Okay, so we need to find ourselves a cobalt deposit that is nowhere near any points of interest. That's what we're looking for. This is where we died last. We came down to the surface, and immediately we immediately found a cobalt deposit, but it was right next to a point of interest, and he immediately died. Drones don't show up on the map anymore. Be careful. Where are you? Crashed midsection. Okay. That's fine. Oh, that's a drone. Okay, moving on. Okay. We found warp fuel. That's always good to see. Okay, they're not happy. Okay. There's a neutral section right there. Go. Go, go, go. Now I'm trying to stay out of their territory, mostly because the longer I stay in there, the more huge capital base and group loads of SVs. Chewy. Yeah, for some people, like they like huge bases. I'm kind of like, eh. Well, one large capital ship, kind of like. Unless you're playing on a server with other people, then I could see a large capital ship being the thing, because then you could all be on one giant ship together. Granted, I made a decently large capital ship. Oop, cobalt. Cobalt. Nice. Not so much PvP. Yeah, not so much for PvP. Okay, iron deposit, nice. I'm just checking to make sure that there's nothing around that could possibly get my face off here. Okay, radiation levels are extremely high. So we're not going to be able to be here for very long. Just need our cobalt deposit to be able to get ourselves the toad. This, I prefer co-op. No, this is single player. I'm not on a server. Nor do I plan on being on a server anytime soon. Because, first things first, I want to get to a point where I know the game pretty well and design a couple of ships that are designed for PvP. Because if I'm going to go onto a server, especially a server that's been established and for a very long time, where they are have their own factions and people are kind of already kind of separate themselves out into teams, I want to be able to have a PvP ship already lined up so that when I do go onto the server, I'm not just dying over and over and over and over again. Because that is what I'm expecting from a multiplayer experience. Going onto a server and just dying 100 times. Because, you know, the existing player base already knows where all the spawn points are and they're just going to camp them. That's pretty much how it kind of goes on every Minecraft server I've ever gone on. I'm going to go onto a multiplayer server. It's going to be with a list of blueprints already lined up to where I can survive and actually, you know, make something. I like being prepared. Besides, I play single player survival games anyway. I don't necessarily play multiplayer games. Get moving here. Getting hit by a radiation pretty damn fast. I don't like open world multiplayer. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of multiplayer in general. Mostly because my challenge is to myself and not against other players. But co-op, sure, yeah. Yeah, co-op is one of those things where I don't know. I don't think I'm ready for co-op quite yet. Well, at least not in this game. Mostly because you have to find someone who's on at the same time as you are, and that's kind of difficult to find. Because you have to find someone who's going to be on with you no matter what, and not have any IRL stuff get in the way. Because I've tried doing that before and it always kind of fails. So. I've tried doing co-op with heck, I've tried doing co-op with other streamers and they always seem to want to do something else. The co-op is nice, bring me resources. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, and when it comes to like co-op and that kind of a thing, you might as well just play creative. If you just want to build. But that's, you know, that's not being harsh. It's the truth. It's like, you want to be in a co-op experience where one person builds and the other person just gathers resources, and I guess, you know, the cooperation part. But depending on how on top of the resources the other player is, mark this for later. We're gonna head off with what we have, go back to our base, turn them into ingots, and then start building the toad, and then we'll come back here and finish it off. Because the toad is meant for being in highly radiated, highly hazardous when it comes to temperature areas. It's not heavily armored by any stretch, but it'll allow me to be able to mine at my leisure without having to worry about dying to radiation poisoning or heat stroke or hypothermia. Hypothermia is no longer a problem now because I have an EVA module, but heat stroke is definitely, and radiation is absolutely a problem. Man, I was really hoping that we were going to find the space station. Fortunate. I guess we're not going to find a one in orbit. Maybe. Sorta. Doesn't look like anything. Shame. But we do have one. We have an Omicron station within warping distance, so once we get the toad made, we can actually warp there. This and Empyrion are the most underrated games. Yeah, it is. This is pretty much when it comes to this particular kind of game. It's a mixture of two genres: a sandbox building game like Minecraft, and a survival game, which it's not exactly hardcore survival, but it's much more difficult than most. It's much more difficult than, say, Minecraft, which kind of turns off a lot of the fans of games, of sandbox games like Minecraft. They're like, oh my god, I have to worry about things like temperature and food and all that. But for people who are fans of survival games, it's nice because, well, we kind of get to pretend to be, you know, playing sandbox building games, but not have to have a extremely hardcore survival experience like we're used to. Because I've played games like The Long Dark, The Forest, ones where you're scratching together, you know, a life from materials and all that. Get moving. Get moving. Go, 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 go. They have really made it to where it's really difficult to, yeah, they've made it to where you just fall when you enter the atmosphere. But it's really hard to just, but they definitely changed that a little bit. This game can still be harsh. Yes. Yes. Harsh, but not unforgiving. There's certain games where you do like one wrong thing and it's like difference between life and death. Okay, game froze. Then you got game freezes like this. Come on. Come on. No, you wanna. It's gonna take a while. Oh boy. But yeah, compared to a lot of the survival games I played, this game is a lot more forgiving. I've pulled myself out of near death a couple of times while playing this game. Something froze. Oh, there we go. Nope, we're good. It looked like it froze, I guess. Yeah, but yeah, when it comes to games like Space Engineers pretty much is like hardcore building. I mean, if you like building, Space Engineers was like the game that a lot of people went to. But the problem is that apparently the developers have dropped the game. They've given up on its development, which is always sad to see. Always sad to see a game just kind of end like that. Yeah, got cobalt. We need to make cobalt. Ingots. Bring it back on. I never got to play the game, so I'm not 100% sure what it played like. But from what I've heard, it's like you had to deal with things like oxygen mixtures, and the ships were pretty much made out of tissue paper, essentially. So, you know, ships were easily destroyed. Unlike this game where your ships can take a beating, even if it's made of just regular steel like this, it can take a couple of hits, which allows you to kind of react. Yeah. We're just waiting for cobalt to finish. 50 right now. We need a total of 88. So if it makes 90, we'll be good. Okay. 70. Yeah, the progress bar is not correct. Yeah, one more craft and then we'll be able to make the toad. And then we gotta fuel that up. Okay. This. Okay, for production. For the sake of testing, I've turned on instant blueprints. So normally when you start a craft of a blueprint, it takes a while. It takes a certain amount of production time. Usually the same amount of time it would take for it to build all the blocks, all the components, all the thrusters, the cockpit, all that kind of stuff. It kind of takes like a rounded down average of how long it would take, minus the actually placing the blocks in the spots. But for the sake of testing, I've turned that feature off. Just made it instant. Okay. There we go. But this thing is designed to where I could just sit right here inside of safety, you know, environmental safety. It won't save me from being shot at, but allows me to sit behind a force field and be able to spawn in a drone like this, and then be out here doing my thing, and then be able to get back in, and off I go. A little bit of radiation. Okay. Let's see here. That's cobalt is being made. We just need to get a bunch of fuel. We're gonna need to go and get some more fuel, which I usually like using biofuel because it's cheap and it's everywhere. Protheum is just... I save Protheum for things like drill charges. Come on, game. There we go. Spiders over there. They've definitely changed the game to where spiders are no longer a huge problem. You can deal with spiders pretty easily now. All you really need is a shotgun. Because if you hit even one of the spiders in a mob, in a swarm of them, the rest will run off. And then they'll start coming at you at like 1 or 2 at a time. And they don't hit you immediately. Cut down all these trees as much as I can. Yeah, anytime I make a design that I feel is very, very useful, I usually put it up on the workshop. Because I like making designs that are... I like making ships and vehicles that are specialized. That are designed to do one thing very well. Good. This. Put these up. These. They have relatively the same amount. Here. Continue the making of fuel. Now we're good. Okay, so we're waiting on fuel to be made so that we can use the toad. I could probably actually take the fuel off of the scout ship, actually. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Probably grab all the fuel off of this thing. Because we no longer need it. We just needed it to be able to get this ship long enough to be able to get the just long enough. Oh, or not. That works too. What? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, that's the change they made. I can grab things from my base and put it onto my vehicle. Okay, so I'm the conduit. I have to... Okay. Okay, that works. That's cool. Okay, then. Huh. All right. Okay. Vehicles on. Okay, it's got 6 hours worth of fuel on board right now. That's if it's just sitting here at 7%. Well, go. Got oxygen on board. Make sure that the oxygen is actually on. It is. There we go. So it's got a ventilator on board. So there's an oxygen atmosphere right within here. So I can go to other planets and grab what I need. We're gonna need to put bullets on board this thing though. But here's the best part. I love that. So we could just sit there and go, nope, close it, and then lift off. We got oxygen, we're good. I need to get bullets. Okay, get some 15mm bullets. We're gonna change the output to cargo 2. Go here. A bunch of these. Make 1,000. Hello. There we go. Make 1,000 bullets. Make 1,000 bullets for the toad. Got like a couple of spotlights front and forward and aft, and a bunch of spotlights around to light it up. Yeah. Food. Another thing we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to find warp crystals. We're going to need to be able to get the warp crystals so that we can actually go to the space station and get back. Most importantly, be able to get back. So we got that. Now we have to choose what our next... Probably our next goal is to get ourselves... We got two choices. We could either start working on the Fox, which is our combat SV, designed for taking out turrets and all. Or we could work our way towards the Mule, which is our first capital ship. No, we're not. Okay, we're not level 15, so we can't do that. So it'll be Fox. So we can go and grind out some points of interest. Find some stuff. Okay. That's what we're going to be doing. So copper, silicon. We need to make a jump to get statium and neodyme. A little bit more cobalt. That's what we're doing. Manage. Nope. Player, please. Thank you. Nope. Rip. Our usage 72%. Well, 92%. Up in space we go. Okay. We're gonna grab a little bit more cobalt. Then we're gonna go and grab a little bit more. And we're gonna grab the warp fuel because we discovered warp fuel while we're out and about. So. Base, not using as much fuel. There's the moon. map here. We're going to the right spot. Okay, we're good. Actually, waypoint this thing so we lose track of either planets. Okay. Still haven't found any asteroids. We're currently heading to the moon from a different direction. Not seeing anything that shows up. Usually, if it's within range, it'll show up as a white icon. Okay, that's the destroyed, that's the derelict ship. Found that. That's a particular mission. That's a mission that you can go and do. It's a capital ship. It's a giant capital ship that's like full of like alien scorpions. So alien scorpions that will kill you. So it's a bit iffy when you're trying to do that in a hardcore, rule set, because it's the highest risk creature that you could possibly encounter currently right now in the game. Yeah, so we got our territory map. Yeah, direction. Cobalt deposit. Okay, so it's the territory, so we don't make unnecessary enemies right now. Reputation is unfriendly. Yeah, no shit. No shit, Sherlock. The iron deposit. We're here. Wait. Land ourselves on top of this thing. Come on. Oh, there we go. There's the hole I made before. There we go. Need this thing to not be using up all of its fuel, just trying to... Good. We're up on a hill, so let's see if I can prop myself on one of these. Really? Come on. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this manually. Thrusters, turn off. Yeah, you're good. That radiation's pretty damn high, but God, we have this. There. Side. This. You just sit inside of relative environmental safety and then just drill all we want. But yeah, this is the whole reason that this vehicle even exists, so I can do that. I don't have to worry about radiation and cold temperatures in case I can't find an EVA module. If I can't find an EVA mod, then I'll just sit inside this thing. The most dangerous part is just trying to get the initial cobalt. That's where the risk is, getting this thing. Once we get the warp fuel that we need, then we will go back, grab the ammunition that we have building down there, and we're gonna go and make a trip to the snow planet, or whichever planet that will give us safe, the tier 2 materials, lithium and neodymium, what do we call that stuff? However you pronounce it. We haven't gotten attacked by drones yet, but mostly because we haven't been on the surface of our planet very, very long. Normally how it works is that the game has it to where if you're not within 2 kilometers of your base, it's not loaded in. Hey, Osmer, how's it going? So as long as you're not at your base, it's not going to get attacked. Well, at least as long as a player is not near your base, it won't attack. I'm doing well. Had real life get in the way of Saturday's stream, but other than that, doing fine. Wasn't able to stream on Saturday, so due to real life stuff getting in the way, so had to address that, get it out of the way. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to squeeze it into my schedule to do an additional stream of some sort, make up for it. But with the holidays and all that stuff going on right now, it's kind of difficult. But we got ourselves onto the moon. We got ourselves onto the moon with the Toad, and the Toad is working out pretty nice. It is functioning as intended. I'm currently on a moon with a radiation level of 7, so 7 rads. Pretty good. So we're all nice and comfortable inside of it, and literally got no rads to speak of, so we could be here as long as we want. That's high, yeah. Yes, it is. How are we doing? Get up to 250 and we'll call it good. That should give us enough to make a couple of that'll give us like 500 ingots cobalt. You can always come back up here. really need to do is get that warp fuel over there. It should give us somewhere around 60 to 80 refined warp fuel. Should. They usually come in like small and extra small deposits. I think I've got the ore scanner. We're good. I think my planet with my base has 10 something. Jeez, 10 rads. Ouch. That's painful. How are we doing? That's good. Okay. But yeah, this is the inside of the toad. I could do this. Let me do this. Oh, that's right. I turned the thrusters off to save power. Okay, so now we have to go. Silicon deposit, large. All right. Protein deposit. Pretty cool. We have one on the surface of our planet, so. Daylight, please. Thank you. Do you have auto-miner set to deplete? Yes. Yeah, I have it set to where auto-miners will deplete a deposit. Because, you know, I like to make things difficult for myself. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. From what I remember, there was a drone that was hanging out over there. I don't know if it's gonna come my direction though. Okay, here's hoping that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sit here with the thrusters going. Let's not push myself out into the radiation, please. Dig straight down, go and get it. Looking for movement. Because I didn't get close enough to see what kind of drone it was. Worst case scenario, it's a rocket drone. That would suck. Come on. Man, I need some tier 2 materials for right now. I need a tier 2 drill. And a multi-turret. Well, a multi-tool. What's there? Come on. Come on. Reload. Come on. I'm like there. How much further are you? Oh my god. What the heck? This better be one giant chunk. Like the game is lying to us. It's like, oh, maybe a little bit further. Oh, maybe a little bit further. There we go. We're good. Let's go. Get ourselves out of here. How much? 33. 33 raw plexic. So pretty much around 60 only 33? Yep, only 33. It's one of the smaller deposits. It's just kind of how it is. Yeah, keep in mind this is not a server. This is single player. If you're on a server, they probably cranked up the drop rates. Because that's what that's what they probably that's probably what they did on servers, because if you're on a server, chances are materials are really, really scarce because everybody's pretty much mined out everything already. So they make it to where the very little that you do find, you get a huge return on. My multiplayer server, I have stacks upon stacks sitting in a constructor. I might as well deplete. Yeah. That's what drops by default. That's with default settings. That's what it drops. And I have, and my this playthrough, I have it to where resources are rich. So this is more than usual. 33 is actually more than usual. Derelict ship. Yep. Not going to it. At least not yet. But yeah, it's there. Right nearby. They've definitely changed the map view, so where you have to be pretty much on top of it before it'll consider it, detected. No turrets on the outside. Yeah, I know. But there's very few resources. But the good thing is that it's in between me and the moon, so I will have another chance at going at it. I'm currently right now just trying to get this ship warp capable so that I can go to the space station. On. Where are we? Where did it pop us out? Oh, boy. A long ways away from home. Gotcha. The lag, yeah, I know the lag is bad. Not as bad as it was when we first. There was recently a hotfix, and I loaded the game, and I was getting like 10 frames. Pretty bad. But I had to exit out of my game and get back in, and it fixed it. Now I'm back up to 60 frames per second, which is nice. I'm still getting lag issues when it's loading in new things. We're currently checking out new territory. We're on the other side of the planet. My starting planet is a class 4 planet, so it's huge. It's gigantic. The size of this planet. What's the biggest plant size? I'm not exactly sure. I think the largest I've found is a class 5. And the larger the class, the larger the planet, the more gravity it has, of course. And a class 4 gives me near Earth gravity. So if I were to guess, a class 5 would probably have a gravity pull of 1.15, maybe? 1.15? Around there? Map here. Yeah, we're just taking a straight shot towards our making a straight shot here. You are something floating out into space. I don't like it. I don't like you already. What the heck are you? Something floating up above me. I have no idea what that is. A drone? I don't know. No clue. Ready to risk death? Time to risk some death here. Whatever it is, currently within Xerox territory. Go closer, yeah. Looks like a collection of trees. A tree. Okay. The collection of trees kind of just floating out in space. Yep, I'm currently in experimental 9.0 right now. This is the changes that they plan on bringing to the game. That is just weird. Your reputation is neutral. The floating trees. Yes. We have floating trees. Why we have floating trees? Not exactly sure. Yeah, trying to load something in. That's it. I got a feeling it has something to do with the yeah, it has to do with the Talon. Yeah. That's probably one of the lag issues right now. You go to one of their bases and it just, the performance just tanks. Because it's trying to load in all those AI. Whoa. Go. I turned you off. Come on. Game, please. Hello. But some of the big things that they have in the game is, one, there's a reputation system. So you've got reputations to balance out. So if you wanted to, you can become friendly with the Xerox if you want to. Currently, right now, I'm neutral with the Polaris and the Talon right now, and I'm unfriendly. Unfriendly means we'll tolerate you, but we won't shoot at you. That's what that means. But it doesn't stop them from sending drone attacks every once in a while. Now, I'm not quite sure if when it comes to how the increase in the number of things that they send at me works, but I'm under the impression that the more unfriendly, the more of an enemy that I become with a particular faction, the more they throw at me. What? Elemental used for components for processing into more complex products. What? You're new. What are you? That's new. I have no idea what that is. I have no idea what that does. What you do? What are you for? Let's see what that's for. Parse containers, ammo containers. Energy matrix. Okay. Why are things in your inventory locked? Pretty much what they've done. This is another thing they added to the game. The constructor doesn't have its own inventory. It doesn't have an internal inventories anymore. The constructors now work by having an input cargo box and an output cargo box. So you choose from your base or your base or your vehicle. You choose which one's going to be the input. Like right now, cargo box 2 is the input, which is this one right here. And then you have an output, which is cargo box 2-1, which is the one right here. You can also have it be the same inventory. So it will pull from the same box and deposit it into the same box. And also, you could do that with fridges too. So the food processor, I got it pulling from the fridge and then depositing it into the fridge. And what's really cool about this is that you can have a whole bunch of constructors working on the same project, pulling from the same inventory and depositing it in the same inventory. So it means that you have a bunch of constructors all lined up, all making iron ingots all at the same time, pulling from the same container, deposit it into the same container. Another cool thing that you could do then is you have a designated ore. So you go out, get ore, use furnaces for that. Well, yeah, but you go to say you're on a capital ship and you don't want to spend the fuel that is going to be required to be able to run a furnace. Well, you have a designated ore container. Furnaces are half the speed. Yeah. Say you want to, if you're on a capital ship and you just went out and got ore in your hovercraft, you dock, you drop it into your ore container, and then you go to a constructor and you just have all your constructors just pull different ingots all at the same time and then deposit it into somewhere else, where another constructor pulls from that container and builds all your weapons, your blocks, all that kind of stuff. It's so that people can stay organized a little bit better. So you have a designated location for all your things and not have to have all of your supplies spread out throughout all of your constructors. They'll all go to the same exact container. So you'd be like, oh, gee, I wonder where all my bullets are. Oh, there's all my bullets. Oh, I wonder where all my food is. Oh, all my food is right here. So you have multiple food processors all making things all going to the same spot. You could also have a couple of food processors that make a couple of first aid stuff, and then you could just have it go to your first aid fridge or whatever you got, or first aid container. And they don't have to be right next to each other. You could have it like you have your constructors on one end of your base or ship, and have all the cargo containers hidden away somewhere to where you don't have to. They don't have to be out and about. Also, they put wireless connections too, so you can access inventories from different ships and different vehicles without actually being inside of it. So you'll see in the corner a little where my health is, right above where my health is. You'll see that little wireless, that Wi-Fi connection, and you'll see a little number next to it. Currently, right now, I'm currently within like 4 different vehicles, all with inventories, all wirelessly connected. I do this, go to one of my cargo boxes and access it, and I can select my small base. So right now I can access my small base's inventory, one of my cargo boxes, and whatever's in there. And then here's my Toad with its cargo boxes and whatever in there. And you can just drop them back and forth. The only food I make now is the yellow rations pack things. They have no perish time and give 500 food. Yeah. And when I actually go and name all of these cargo boxes, this will be a lot easier, because I would be like, okay, here's where all my ingots are. I'm gonna pull them over to the box that my constructor is gonna be pulling from. Or I currently came back. Let's go and find my harvest box, pull them directly into my base without having to do a lot of walking around. And the cargo box pull from a different ship. Doesn't look like it, at least not yet. Yeah, nothing yet. This. Ooh. Let's go. Harvest box. Harvest mow. Okay, never mind. Yeah, guess not yet, but they're making their way towards that, I would assume. But anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, bullets. Yeah, bullets. Got bullets. Okay, ammo box. That. Clear. You. Okay. Get back, please. Go. Reload. Go. So we got bullets to be able to defend ourselves against drones when we're out and about. They've also changed the weapons. The weapons look a little different. And you can also aim down sights. Pretty sweet. Same with the shotguns. The shotguns come with a red dot sight. Pretty sweet. Currently right now it's trying to load stuff in right now. Yeah, red dot sight. Also, what's really cool, I don't know if you had this before, but you have animations. Your guy actually walks, and if he's out and about, if he's in space, he doesn't kind of like T-pose a little bit. see here. Okay. What is our next? Oh yeah, we gotta get warp fuel in this thing, so that we can go to the space station and see what changed out there. Make probably 20-ish of that. Your guy always walked. It just looks nicer now. Okay, yeah. I've always been in first person, so I never noticed. Oh. We haven't gotten attacked in a while. I was wondering when that was going to happen again. Because I would really like to be, to find out, how the attacks increase with your level, if at all, unless they attack with the decrease in your reputation towards a particular faction. That's why I've been trying to limit the amount of exposure to the territories. I've been spending as little time in the hostile territory as I can, just to see if it's level based or if it's time based. If over time they get more and more aggressive, I just need to know so that it'll help me plan out later playthroughs of like, okay, I don't want to get overly overwhelmed with being attacked by drones, so I'll limit the amount of exposure I have. Or if it's time based, I'll be like, okay, I have to quickly get a base up and running and defendable before they start attacking me. Or if it's level based, where I'll hold back on leveling up until I get my defenses up. And you see how that works. Grab fuel up the toad here. If you take over the power points, does the red zone go away? What the heck? That was weird. I don't think so, no. I don't believe so. I think the territory stays there permanently. There we go. It's just considered a territory. It's not. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's being controlled by a point of interest. But from the looks of things, I think it does. Now that I look at it, as you can see, there's an area around it, which means right in the center of that is probably a point of interest. So there's one over here. Okay. Yeah, we may have to we're gonna have to destroy one. That's for sure. I hope that doesn't. I hope on the servers they don't make it to where your base has a territory like that, because that would, especially if you're trying to make a small, covert base, it would just give away that your base is nearby. I hope they don't do that for players, because they would just kind of give it away. Unless they actually find your base. If they happen to stumble upon your base, then it shows it. But I hope that, when someone's going around and they don't happen to see your base, they're not close enough to actually detect it, that it doesn't show that on the map. It's like, oh, there's a player base nearby. I should probably go and raid that. Okay. Got 40 plastic fuel. Pentakids, so whatever you call it. here. Manage player. No, not that. Where is it? Cargobot warp tank. There it is. There we go. Still getting used to how it's set up. Okay. We got bullets. Making sure I have everything all kind of situated here. That. Take care of oxygen, and then we'll be on our way. Where's my oxygen tank? I'm back here somewhere. There it is. There. Up into space. Ooh. Taking a while. Keeps lagging while it's trying to go into space here. Come on. Come on. Space. Trying to load in space. Nothing in space currently right now. Come on. Do your thing. Wait. Wait. Maybe? Come on, game. Come on. Yep, it froze. Oh, cute. Come on. Ah, wait. I'm just trying to go to space, damn it. Oh, here we go. Now we're in space. Yeesh. Okay. Yeah, we're at a weird angle. Anyway. Okay, so guessing that is trying to see which one of these is going to have snow on it. Planet info, please. Okay, neodyne, protheum, safety. Okay, good. This one's got. Well, okay, we got 2 planets with what we need. We got this one. You are currently how many? 9.2? That's 14. That's 9. So this was probably going to be our better bet right here. It's got the tier 2 materials. Okay, let's concentrate on progression first. Rather than the space station. Let's work on this. Okay, and there we go. Off we go. We're elevator music for the warping. Okay, here we go. This is an interesting, wonderful planet of Nope down here. Yeah. What are we looking at? Radiation, 15.5. Ow. Planet size 4. Barren. Gravity 6.2, so it's got less gravity than the planet we just came from. Causing a runaway nuclear reaction. Ouch. Good thing we've got an internal bay that we could stand in. 15.5 rads on this planet. Great. This is the lovely little planet we got here. Makes you feel all warm and irradiated inside. Come on. Load, please. I would like for you to load. So that I can turn the auto brake off. I don't fall from the heavens here. Okay, off, on, there we go. Oh yeah, radiation, woo! Power usage 99%. There we go. Oh, ain't that lovely? Why are we using so much? Yeah. That's hostile territory. Okay, we're not gonna find any in this direction, are we? Mountains. 15.5. Holy crap. That's just... That's no bueno right there, man. That's some serious radiation right now. I am so glad I have this ship for this. Yeah. Hostile territory. Currently, power usage is at 99%. Really don't want to go into hostile territory to do this. I don't think we're going to have a choice in the matter. We've got the fuel for this, so... Entering unfriendly territory. For every second that we're in unfriendly territory, the more our reputation drops. And eventually, we'll become hostile with them. Trying to see if I can find this, find these deposits. Oh god, drone. There we go. Hostile. Yep, we're hostile now. Well, okay. Okay, I don't think it really matters anymore. So. Well, we're not hostile. Silicon deposit. We need a Sathium deposit. That's what we need. Sathium and Yadam deposits. I put it off as long as possible. Now we're hostile. So now it means that ground troops are going to fire up at us. Yeah. Up here. Got an iron deposit. That way. Okay, now we're gonna see what happens by when we're hostile with them. I know for a fact that they're just gonna shoot at us, but silicon deposit. What other things are they gonna do to us? Does that mean we're gonna actually get attacked at our base more frequently? This is the type of planet where I have my base. Yeah, this is very hostile, that's for sure. This is a very hostile planet, for sure. Serious amount of radiation. 15.5, that's just nuts. Okay, it turned the oxygen off. And it used up all of our oxygen. What the hell? Our oxygen's gone. Oh, come on. Gotta be somewhere around here. Probably over here, somewhere. Look up for a CV. Okay. Drones. More drones. Tons of drones. All the drones. Drones for days, man. Drones for days. Come on. Gotta be a deposit around here somewhere. That way. Change directions on us. Ah, here we go. Making friends. There we go. Town loves us. Yeah. And double check, make sure there's nothing around that could be hostile. Yeah. I'm gonna get the neodyne first. Over here. Okay, we need to probably turn off our thrusters here. Don't run out of fuel while we're doing this. Good. Go, 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 running, go, run, inside. There we go. Okay. Grab what we can. $15.5 reds. Yep. But since we're inside the ship, we're getting none of it. The entire reason this ship even exists is to do this. To be on extra hostile planets like this and be able to just mine to our heart's content. Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to do this on the wedge. On the wedge, with this would we would have been like glowing at this point. We would literally be just glowing green. So we're going to try and get around 200, 250 of this, and then we're going to go and try and find our Saphium and get 250 of that. Then we will be pretty much in the ballpark for getting the Fox made. Once we get the Fox made, then we're going to go and destroy a couple of points of interest to get us leveled up. Watch out for acid rain. Gotcha. Yeah. Let's just say this planet doesn't exactly send out the welcome mat. Very, very hostile planet. That's why I brought my own welcome mat. Ha! Nice. Wow, from just... It's called a battleship. That's true, you know. Man, just from the little time that we are out in 15 rads, we already consumed 0.2 rads. And we weren't in that radiation for very long. Kinda crazy. Not enough to cause any serious damage, but enough to where it's concerning. My rep went up or down, I don't know which. I just saw it appear. We shouldn't be in a... No, we're not. Okay, we're at 150 right now. Do I have rad protection? Very little. Very, very little. Not much at all. I'm still in light armor right now. But because I'm inside of a ship, I'm not taking any rads right now. This is my workaround for when I don't have like an EDA module or radiation module. This ship is supposed to like circumvent that, where I could just sit inside of it. and be perfectly safe from at least when it comes to like environmental hazards. It's not going to protect me from a drone, but it's going to keep me alive in very hot plants, very cold plants, very irradiated plants. My first armor in the server I played was a heavy. Found it on night 1. Damn. In a destroyed satellite wreck. Damn. That's lucky. My drill is like getting pretty dead here. I'm gonna stop right here at 2. Thruster back on. Yeah, now we just need to find lithium deposit, and then we're golden and we can get out of here. Night vision? Nope. No night vision yet. We haven't found one nor bought one. No, another neodyme. Another neodyme. Iridium. Another dynium. Oh my god. Nope. Nope. Go away. Drones. We're gonna have to fill up on oxygen and on fuel here soon. But our vehicle has a spotlight on the front and the back, so if we're really close to the surface, it will show up. Yeah, they not happy with us. Yeah, we're currently in hostile territory. Right in the center of it. But we've already pissed them off, so there's no point of going back now. I don't think there's any further down from pissed off than, and hostile. I don't think you could get any further down than that. Unless they have another setting even further down called at war. Ooh, very large. Checking around for drones. Get around, not seeing anything shooting at me, so we're good. You actually, the way they have it set up, is that if you loot any of the crates, you'll actually lose reputation. You can. It'll allow you to walk in, but as soon as you go to loot something, it will actually ruin your this. Go the other way around. There we go. Even in honored status, I don't know if there's like an honored status, but from what I've seen, I think there's like friendly. Maybe like ally. There's an honored status. Oh, okay. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far. I haven't gotten to honored with anything quite yet. Manage. Oh. There we go. Get my fuel put back up here. This real quick. Round. There we go. And we're inside. Yeah. Grab as much as we can when we get out of here. Grab as much. Whoa! Scratch that. Scratching that completely. Manage. Oh, fuck. Did I not... What happened to my... I had spare oxygen on board. Shit. Oh, this ain't good. Do I have... I do not. Time to leave. I said I had time to leave. Shit. No oxygen. Rainy helmet may help. It's already on, buddy. Shit. Oh, shit. Come on, 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 come on. Crap. I'm in trouble. Oh, I am in such trouble. No oxygen, can't breathe. Fuck. I'm dead. I am so dead. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm dead. This is... Yeah, I thought I still had oxygen containers on me, and they're gone. For some reason, the two oxygen containers I had disappeared. I don't know where they went. Yeah, I'm dead. Shit. What happened to my two oxygen containers? I didn't use up all my oxygen on my ship. In fact, I moved oxygen from my scout ship to here. I don't know. I don't know what happened to it. I mean, just standing inside of my vehicle shouldn't have been enough to... It should have pulled from my inventory first, then... I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to all of my oxygen. I should have had a lot of oxygen, unless they've changed how oxygen works in this game. Damn it! I gotta see how oxygen works. I have to. They've changed how oxygen works, and I need to figure out what that is. Yeah. Exit out. Quit. They have changed how oxygen functions. Onboard oxygen works completely different now. What level were I? 10. Level 10. Level 10's easy. We got as far as the previous run, we got as far as getting the dart made. We were able to get to the moon. This time we went a little bit further. Okay, I gotta figure out. I'm gonna load into one of my other playthroughs that I don't consider as hardcore. Where is it? That's supposed to be deleted. Here. I think this one. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna have to load up one of my other saves, one of my older saves. Hopefully it works. But I'm gonna see how, how it pulls oxygen. because for some reason the oxygen I put on board my Toad was supposed to still be there, but at one point in the game, it said that my ship was out of oxygen. Our old world's A9 compatible. I was able to load up my my creative save. My creative save loaded. Granted, all of my ships and vehicles were like one block down, so some of them were underground. But loaded up just fine. The only thing that you have to worry about is, even the developers said it was fine to load up old saves. But anyway, one of the things that, the only things that really change is, well, the creatures that spawn and also the structures, the bases and their locations and how many there are. Anyway, I'm gonna load up one of my older saves, my just casual save. I'm gonna see how oxygen is being pulled. If they've changed it to where it pulls from the environment first. If it pulls from the station first and then my suit, then I'll know. And I'll be like, okay, that's probably what happened. If not, that pulls from the suit first and then it pulls from the environment. Then something happened during our playthrough that deleted all of our oxygen on board. I need to figure out what caused that so that I can plan ahead next time. If it was just a glitch, then I'll know. Then I'll be like, well, there was nothing I could do about it. This may take a while. I might even, if I can't figure it out, I might even look at the VOD and see what happened to see what caused that warning. Because as you saw when we were on that planet, we just, for some reason, lost the onboard oxygen all of a sudden. Just said, expending oxygen for some reason. Which that shouldn't happen because our ship is airtight. It's got a force field in the back too, so we shouldn't lose oxygen that way. These are pieces of information we need to know, because if it's a design issue, if it's a design issue of the Toad, then we need to know now. Okay. Hold save. Give it a second to do its thing. We're currently on board our space station. Yeah. Currently, right now, we're kind of just flying around. Could be grabbing oxygen from suit. It is. Like the station now. Manage. I'm checking my suit and I'm checking here. So 5881, 792. It's pulling for the environment. Aha. Okay, they've changed it. Okay, so if I'm in a suit, it's gonna pull from the environment first, then my suit. That's how it's changed now. Because you can see this is still a 792 down here, which you can't see. But my oxygen, my onboard, my suit oxygen is staying steady at 792. It's pulling from the environment, as you can see up here. So I would have to keep the Toad topped off at all times while I'm inside of it. When I'm in my base, it pulls from my base before my suit. For me, it didn't happen that way. it would always pull from my suit. When I was in my base, if I had an oxygen atmosphere inside my base, it would always pull from my suit first. But now it's pulling from... It's pulling primarily from the station. And in 8? Yeah. Yeah, I never had the problem before, but... Okay. Okay. That's what happened. Especially on an SV. When I was in a cockpit, apparently the cockpit has an atmosphere now. I was able to be in my base for hours without touching an O2 station, right? Okay. Okay. That's the case. I'm gonna see something here. That is the case. If it's pulling from the vehicle while I'm in a vehicle. Could do this. An oxygen station currently inside my vehicle. Do I have oxygen turned on? No, I don't. Turn on power. Here. That's fuel? Okay. Thank you. Not O2. Manage, okay. Not gonna let me manage. I need to grab some O2 from somewhere. I need to grab some O2 from somewhere. I need to see if having the oxygen on... Go. 500. Unless I already have some on me. It's been a while since I played this one. Hello? Apparently I don't have an oxygen on this one. Which one of my vehicles I have O2 on? Probably this one. Wedge. Ah. Their inventory. Oh. That was a weird glitch right there. It deleted my inventory. Something weird happened. It completely deleted my inventory. That's odd. Okay. Manage. Tab. Wait. My inventory's bad. Maybe. Oh wait. Maybe that is. Oh, my inventory is empty. Wait a minute. Manage. Oh, that's where it is. Went into the reclaimers. It went into that inventory. Never mind. That's weird. Oh, manage. What the heck? Come on now. Manage. Wall. That's weird. That's odd. The buttons aren't. The buttons on the oxygen are not working. Can I just go straight to the oxygen? There's the warp. Structure. Wait, I'm in the wrong vehicle, aren't I? Never mind. Scratch that. And manage. There we go. Player inventory. I've currently got no inventory again. That's not okay. That's weird. Apparently, I'm able to fill a non-existent O2 tank. This thing doesn't have an O2 tank, and I was able to fill something. Yeah. That is so confusing. Again. Grab. Currently got... Should have some... And player inventory. Have another. Currently in the player... Going up on my hotbar. Of course it's showing up on my hotbar. Why would it not show up on my hotbar? Usually it shows up in your inventory. It's showing up on my hotbar. Okay. Fill. Okay. Yeesh. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna turn on the power. We're gonna leave the oxygen off so that we can look at this. Currently, right now, my suit's oxygen is at 740. My ship, 746. It's going down. My suit's untouched. Okay. So that probably just does nothing. Yep. Tank went down. Yep. So the cockpits have their own atmosphere, completely separate from the rest of the ship. So even if I were to turn that off, we're still drawing oxygen just being in the so when we're flying around, we're pulling the oxygen from the ship. Okay. Which means I'm gonna have to carry a lot of oxygen around with me. And I have to pay attention to my ship's oxygen tank while I'm using the Toad. Even when I'm standing in it or in the cockpit. There's no way to turn that off. Okay. I was hoping that the cockpit was not going to have an atmosphere, so that I would be drawing from my suit, so I can just get out every once in a while, save oxygen by just using up the... Okay, so we're gonna have to plan for that then. It's good to know, though. It's an experimental, expect bugs, yeah. So I'm gonna have to, I feel like I'm gonna have to probably add a couple of oxygen tanks onto the Toad. That way we can fill it and it will last a little bit longer. Because how many we have on there right now, I don't feel is enough. I designed it to be a backup oxygen source, not a main source for oxygen. So that's why I put the small O2 canisters in there. But I'm probably gonna have to add a couple of extra O2 canisters onto that thing. Anyway, I gotta go now. Not problem. Nature calls. Not problem. Yeah, let's load into creative and I'm gonna just add a couple of things onto that thing. Increase its oxygen capacity. Because it worked just fine for a little while, but because of how long we're standing inside that thing, especially on a planet with 15 rads, we need to have a ton of oxygen available. Yeah, that was something I didn't notice before. If it was unchanged, if that was the case, then I must have not spent as much time inside of the vehicles as I did before. Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of my ships up until this point have been just cockpits. They're not internal. Okay. I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna go over my designs before I make another attempt at hardcore. Okay. So, oxygen. 800. Yeah, that's just a little bit more than. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to add more oxygen capacity to this thing, because if we're gonna be just kind of roaming around, yeah, each one is capacity of 400. Can't put anything larger than that on here, so do something like this. Okay, so that's 2400. Good. This. Not going to make it any much more expensive, but it's going to increase the capacity to 4,000, which should give us enough. Should give us way more capacity. 4,000, pretty good. I think 4,000 should be more than enough for this little thing. Let's save it. I'm going to go through all of my other vehicles and see if they have enough oxygen capacity. Ooh. All right. Okay, so we can manage 800. 800 is just not going to cut it anymore. Especially if I'm going to be in these vehicles for a long period of time. I could be a mule here real quick. This thing's got enough oxygen. 2,000. I have to add more oxygen on board. So like level 10. Do I have the large ones or the small ones on board already? Small ones, okay. Stick with these ones for now. Okay, so yeah, oxygen. We found our first hiccup with the new version. Is oxygen. Need to improve our oxygen capacity on many of our vehicles here. here. Trying to find a good spot to put all these. But like probably could cut out an area around the ship. I'm like, move you. Image. Okay, 8,000. I'm gonna double that for the capital ship. 16,000. We'll go to 16,000 when it comes to the capital ships. Starting off from the very beginning. Okay. Spot. Looking through all the empty space and seeing if I have where I have room. Empty spaces of the ship. Preferably not a spot that's going to get destroyed. Like this then. On this side, three on the other. How are we doing on oxygen now? Manage 14,000. 14,000 should be pretty good to give us enough leeway to where we can go and do things and then find out if we need to add more oxygen on, well, if we need to refill. 14,000 code is pretty good. Check the capital ship here. Our larger ship. How much oxygen do we currently have on board this behemoth? 24,000. Okay, that's for one person. Door's good. Going through and making sure I look over all of my ships here. That doesn't have an oxygen on board. Oxygen on the tank. Okay, it's got 6 containers, which is how much? 2,400. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have to figure out a way to add that to my list of priorities. Hardcore. Because I did everything else that I usually do when it comes to when I go to a different planet, where I warp to another planet. But apparently, that's just not enough. 6 containers is just not enough for a trip. So now we're up to like 14,000 oxygen on board this thing. And we're probably gonna, I'll probably designate one of these as like backup oxygen. Like that. Here, if I call it something. here. Okay. Cargo box. Oh. Okay, so it's cargo box 3. This one? Emergency O2. Nope. It was not the correct one. There's yeah, I'm in the ship. Here's the O2. Where's the container? He's somewhere in here. That'd be one of these. Okay. Name O2. Okay, well, it just doesn't show up as something that I can, highlight. It just says cargo box. So that will be designated as the emergency O2 area. Kind of highlight that a little bit. And turning off the O2 may not help. Maybe it will, because I won't be in the cockpit. I'm gonna check this. Turning off the O2 while we're standing in here. Okay, we're still currently on. We're gonna go into space, kind of go into a drift. I gotta see if there's a way for me to limit the amount of oxygen that is being pulled from certain areas. If I could sit inside of the back of the bay, be protected from temperature and radiation, while still rationing my oxygen. We're gonna go into space and we're gonna see if we can get that to happen. Go into space. Come to complete stop. Yeah. Back on. Seeing if it's pulling oxygen from my suit right now. I don't think it's gonna do it in creative. I have to do currently not. Well, it is working. There's no O2 here. So technically, I think I might be able to get away with. I have to probably start up a different save. See if I can get this thing to show up in it. Hmm. Hmm. I think turning off the O2 in the back probably is going to be better option. It's probably going to solve the. It's probably going to allow us to be able to ration out our oxygen. I just need to confirm it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to one of my other saves. I'm going to get the materials needed to spawn it in, and then we're going to just sit in the back. See if it works. I need to come up with a way to ration out my oxygen. If this is going to be a problem, I need to have a solution for it now. But I'm thinking this is a solution. This is probably the load into my casual playthrough and see if we can force the game to pull from my suit, because it's a lot easier to monitor my suit oxygen levels versus the ship oxygen levels. I mean, there's no indication other than, you know, a warning saying you're currently out of oxygen. Yeah. Okay. Going down here. Ooh. I see the first problem. Yeah. So here's the thing. We had all of our materials inside of this constructor here. It no longer has an inventory. It's now deleted. Yeah. That's unfortunate. Factory. That's pretty bad. Okay. I guess we're gonna have to do this in hardcore then. Yeah, that doesn't have an inventory either. Okay. So this setup we have here doesn't work anymore. Ah, okay. Okay then. Oh, we're gonna do a new game then. Wow. Lovely. Okay, here we go. I want to just try it out in here. This is hardcore number 7. Random. Location. Okay. Hard, except for resources, player progression, and blueprint. That's it. I'm surprised that during today we didn't get attacked by drones at our base. I don't know what was going on right there. Okay, location. Radiation 0. We're looking at 1.12 gravity. Okay. Didn't allow me to choose the size of my planet. God. Yeah, actually, yeah, a couple of more times. That planet size. Oh, medium, large, medium, large, medium. Let's go with large. Okay. Hard court. To reset the game name by hitting seed. Okay. Start. That was painful. Dying to lack of oxygen because I didn't fully understand how the oxygen system was, how it worked. Now I know. Now I know how it works. So I have to plan ahead with that in mind. La 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 la. Got to update that onto the workshop with the new changes to the Toad. With the expanded oxygen levels. Yep. If I knew for a fact there was a glitch, I probably would have just continued where I left off, but nope. Not the case. Because that's one rule I've given myself, that if I die due to a glitch, I'm allowed to, you know, just spawn in from where I left off. But it wasn't a glitch, it was just me not understanding how the oxygen worked in the game. So, ignorance is not an excuse. That was painful. That's hardcore for you. Everything's on the line every single time you go out. Okay. Approaching here, let's do a safe spot. I'll go to one of the come on. It's taking a while to load in stuff. I'll go to the small wreckage. I'm surprised that it doesn't leave a crater when you crash. Yep. Yep. So, do this. Heal up. Feed myself. A little bit. Okay, so we need to go and get ourselves a bunch of food. We gotta do the kind of like jumping here. We need to get ourselves to a shotgun pretty damn quickly. But first we have to get ourselves survival tool. They changed it to where you start out with. Wait, never mind. That's just me looking in the opposite direction. Come on. I was about to say, but I was wrong. Okay. So we need to get food. We need to get food, and we need to get supplies. Plant protein. Plant protein. We need copper, we need iron, we need fuel. Mark drill. We're not going to be able to get very far, but we're going to at least get ourselves established. Also, this time around, I'm going to make sure to be extra careful about how much I will. Here we have 0 points unlocked. We gotta just gather things. So yeah, I'm gonna be extremely careful when I first use the constructor. Make sure that I don't add all of my ore to the constructor. So the last time that happened, the game deleted all of it. So I'll put like an ore into the constructor. Into probably miscellaneous, right? Okay, level 3 is required. Yeah, the changes that they have made for at least hard mode have definitely made the game a little bit more difficult. Just a little bit. They've definitely made it to where certain like oxygen is one of those things that you'll burn through a lot faster now. My food, eat my food. Try not to get too close to him. You going? Gotta get to level 3. I can get the constructor made. The good news is that the base was working. Base is working. Dart worked fine. Turrets work fine. Farm is okay. We don't have to make any adjustments onto those. What we do need to do is figure out exactly how much oxygen we would have to have on hand that will give us enough leeway when we're out and about getting, while we're out and about in the Toad, getting, you know, mining. and still have enough time to be able to get back. Currently, right now, the Toad's got like 16,000 units of oxygen, so you'll see how much time that is. Just have to make our way up to that vehicle again. Iron deposit. Deposit. Okay, the wreckage is over here. Level 3 unlocked. Yep. Which is no longer needed because, well, there's going to be a horrible constructor on this wreckage. That means that our iron and copper and eventually silicon will be used for other things, like a shotgun. Get out to the... Get out to here. Come on, game. Put your huffing and puffing. Get out to here. Get on board this thing. Find the containers. There they are. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't give you the... oh, wow. It doesn't give you the containers anymore. I mean, it doesn't give you a portable constructor anymore. Oh, they are changing quite a few things, aren't they? Click, 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 click. What are they going to do next? Make it to where your stuff spoils while it's still in the constructor or something? That, and yeah. Unlock you, unlock you. Don't need the wireless connector. Not like we had much use of it last time we played. Last run we did. Carlos containers small. Food process. Okay. Let's see here. Constructor. Okay. Probably should make a couple of these too. A couple of bandages. In case we get a bleed again. Because that's what happened last time. We got a couple of bleeds, so we need to take care of that. Thermal burn, open wounds. Make a couple of those. Okay, so we're here. Is there anything, other containers somewhere around in here? Doesn't look like it. Apparently it's just the one container, so we're gonna just leave. Go back into relative safety of the open. Yeah, still the silicon ore. So they gave us the materials to make one. They just didn't give us one straight off the bat. Okay. Yeah. We have to get a bunch of silicone too. Might be able to get away with grabbing some. No, we don't have a drill. Okay. Okay, so we're waiting on the constructor that we can start gathering ingots we need to be able to make a speeder. Here. Check the map here real quick. Okay, we got a neutral area over here. A little bit over here though. Checking the entire area. Looking for wrecks as we go. Leveling up as we go. If I'm really thinking of, I keep thinking about it, but I'm thinking probably the only thing that if it's true that how it pulls from the environment first and then your suit, if that hasn't changed, they probably upped the amount of oxygen consume on hard. Because that's the only thing I could think of, is that's like the only change, is that they've upped how much oxygen you consume in hard mode. Probably what's happened. So I'm probably gonna give myself the rule that any amount of oxygen I think I need, I'll like double it. I had the water to be able to make the oxygen. I should just, rather than making 6, I should probably make 12. 12 containers of it. 12 containers of oxygen. Just to be extra safe. Having everything in sight. while I'm out and about. How we do? Instructor. Couple of bandages. Top please. Thank you. Wait. Just making sure when I first start this thing up, it doesn't all of a sudden break. There. Weapons. Weapons. Shotgun. Unlock. Nope. Just shotgun. Good. Just shotgun. Shotgun. They changed the projectile pistol to actually be a Beretta. Go and get some trees. And get our first weapon made. Because I don't know when I'm going to get attacked by fighters. Speaking of spiders. Come on, shotgun. Yeah, 120 shotgun shells. Wow, construction is slow on hard. Man, it's slow and hard. Come on. Moon. I demand the shotgun, please. Thank you. Okay. Now make me bullets. Do, 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 do. Oh man. Eat you. Yeah, there we go. Reload. Okay, you stupid pieces of crap spiders. Get over here. You wanna go? You wanna go? Gotcha. Hey, jerk. Gotcha. Nice. Gotcha. Okay, we're good. Okay. Technically, spiders no longer an issue. Technically. There we go. Move ourselves out of here. Over to the small wreck, check that out. Get ourselves up to level 4. Go to the wreck. The good thing is that by doing all these restarts, I'm getting really, really good at getting through this, the beginning of the beginning levels. Getting a lot faster. Okay. Container. ATM. Multi-charge. And with the way they've changed how the AI on the spiders work, they become a lot easier to deal with, and they also allow you to grind out some levels fairly easily. Okay. Triceratops are now considered Talon territory, I feel. I might take a shot at the Triceratops again and see if it has been changed. I know that they changed some of the affiliations of the wildlife. They may have changed it. Oh, that moon is very close. We have like a... Wonder if we have a extra large moon to go to. Probably get pretty dark here soon. Where are we at? I think we've made a full circle. The immediate area. This real quick. Okay, we need a drill. Okay, we are missing silicon. Yeah, we don't have enough. Okay. So we're gonna have to go to that. We're gonna have to go to that deposit nearby. There. We gotta go to that deposit and mine it clean. Well, at least mine enough to where we can make a drill. Well, actually, we have to go to... Oh, yeah, we have to go to the mountains. Okay, we're gonna have to go to the mountains, get silicon there. Yeah, that's right. We need something like a drill first. Go into the... Whatever. Okay, so... We go... Let's quickly sleep. Whoa, you're close. Could go off to the mountains over there. Ooh, another small wreck. I'll take you. Yeah, you two can go away. Yeah, we're getting a drop in frames. I don't know what from in the game. We're down to like 20 frames per second. Don't know what it is. Something in the game causing problems. For all I know, it could be just loading in new areas. Probably what's causing problems. Or there's a bunch of wildlife, hostile wildlife currently inside of the tree line. This is possible also. What are we doing? Silicon. See if that's enough. Yes, enough for a drill. It's enough for a drill. So we got a drill on the way. So next is we gotta make fuel for it. I'm thinking about something here. Get away with salvaging a little bit. Steel plate. I can get away with getting a couple of salvaging. If I could salvage a little bit of this, get a steel plate. I'll probably use that to make bullets and all that. Maybe. Because I do know that certain things require a steel plate, and then there's other things that require iron ingots. Which sometimes makes me wish that these things would drop iron ingots rather than steel plate. But or steel plate. Music. Okay, waiting on a drill. Then we could go over to those deposits and dig them out. Well, we're already to the point where we got spoiled food, so we can make the what you would call it, nutrient solution. Fine. Those are drill. Waiting on the biofuel. So we're gonna have to make a trip over the silicon deposits. Dig those out. Yeah. A little unfortunate that we died, but I'd rather figure out that problem. I'd rather figure out a problem like that sooner rather than later. I would hate to have found that out after we, made ourselves, got ourselves a mule and decided to go and travel the sector, and then found ourselves like several jumps away with no way of getting oxygen. Pretty bad. Fuel. That glitch, man. Got everything off of it. Yep. Nothing in there. I head myself over there. Yeah, there seems to be a huge problem with the game. Just the frame drop just happens for no reason at all. I mean, we haven't changed our CPU and our RAM usage. So it's trying to do something and it's failing miserably. I see you. Gotcha. Oh god. Yeah. Spiders all around. Oh my god. This is very difficult to do at 10 frames per second. Gotcha. Wow, trying to fight spiders when you're at 10 frames is ridiculous. Grabbing everything in here. That. Yeah, it's a problem that's persisting. Part of me thinks it's probably something to do with the weather, because I haven't seen much change in weather. Usually there's supposed to be like fog, wind, rain, and we haven't been getting any of that today. So it might be a problem with weather. I'm just kind of spitballing it. I'm just guessing. Because there's something constantly raining in the background and it's doing a horrible job at it. Because by reloading the save, it solves it for a little while and then it gets bad again. Could be a small memory leak or something. If it was, then our total RAM usage would have gone steadily up. I'm gonna have to look. I'll have to probably pull up the VOD and look at it and see if it truly is kind of a memory leak. It'd be a pretty quick memory leak though if it happens at the very beginning of a new game or loading of a previous game. Okay, well, if anything, I've run out of time, so try and get myself to somewhere relatively safe, so that when I spawn back into this world, I won't get immediately attacked. Yeah, over here is the escape pod. Is it still rolling down the hill? No, it doesn't look like it is. Kind of stopped. Yeah. God, The FPS is just getting worse. Okay. Drop it right here. Thank you all for hanging out with me, even though I did die. Cool. At least we learned something. Learned something new about the game. I'm gonna get out of here. I got real life I gotta go and do. Yay work. But hope you all have a good day. Tomorrow I will be streaming this game. We're gonna be trying to get a little bit further than the last time. Hopefully the Toad is gonna be a little bit better. It's gonna last a little bit longer when it comes to oxygen when we fill it up. The hope is that we can have enough oxygen to get out to where we need to go, mine out 250 ore of each of the tier 2 ores, and get back and still have oxygen left over. That's the hope. Maybe. We'll find out. Anyway, thank you all for hanging out with me. Hit the follow button on your way out. Hit the subscribe button if you want to. I'll see you all later. Stay alive out there. Don't drop your drink. Yes.